Hi, I am Annabelle Fernandez, BS Criminology 3A, and today we are going to talk about the basic lines of inquiry in arson investigation. First, let us find out what are those basic inquiries in arson investigation. The arson investigator must have to inquire on the following. Letter A, point of origin of fire. B, motives of arsonist. C, prime suspects. D, the telltales of arson. These witnesses must be questioned as to belongs to point of origin of fire. Wala ako nabutangan. First let us identify the point of origin of fire. This inquiry in arson investigation talks about kung unsay sinugdanan sa pagkasunog, or in other words kung unsa nga particular nga lugar ang nasunugan, kung asa nagsugod ang sunog, and then which na-establish na Manila kung asa nagsugod ang sunog. So ilang i-examine dito sa witness kung ang witness ba nakakita kung asa nagsugod ang fire, or what they called fingerprint of fire, which means kana bitawng decomposition of moves upward on the walls nga nabilin nga blunt sa dingding. Witnesses must be questioned as to pangatan-on kung unsa yang identity, unsa siya nga klase nga tao, o the second one is what attracted his attention, nganong unsay yang timailhan nga naisunog, unsay nakahatag sa iyang attention, time of observation, kung unsa oras na naobserbahan nga naisunog. The fourth one is his position in relation to the fire at time of observation. Number 5, exact location of the blaze, kung asa nagikan ang sunog or ang pagkalayo. Size and intensity, kung unsa kakusgon ang kalayo. Rapidity of speed, kapaspason, kung unsa kapaspas mo silaab ang kalayo. Color of flame and odor, if he is in a position, unsa klase nga color ang kalayo nga nakita, dark red ba or white, and then unsang baho plastic, baho bang ligid, lang. Any other person in the vicinity beside the witness, kung unsa pa nga mga tao ang nakakita datong pagkasunog. Note for fire setting mechanism. Mga matches, candles, electrical system, mga wires, mechanical system, chemical methods, nga nakahatag og set sa fire. We are now at the second inquiry of arson investigation, the motive of arson. This motive of arson, understand the motives of arsonist, sa arsonist. The arson investigator have to note the following: that fires are set by. Let's talk about the persons with motives. Letter A, we desire to defraud the insurer. Na sila'y a desire nga mangilad sa laing tao. Or the letter B, employees or such other person who have grievance. Mga tao nga naikaulit And then manimalo sila pinaagi sa pagsunog. Letter C, those with desire to conceal evidence of a crime. So, ang tao daw kuno naay motibo katungod para makonceal nila ang nabuhat nila nga krimen. Makonceal nila ang mga evidence, no? Letter D, those who set fire for purposes of intimidation. No? Nag-set sila fire, it is because na sila'y kasuko, no? Na sila'y na-intimidate. So, part of motives of arson is that those persons without motives. So, kinsa man ni sila? Those are mentally ill, no? Na mga sakit sa pangutok. Kinsa man ni sila? No, mga buang. Letter B, pathological fire setters. And then C, pyros and the psychos. Motives of arsonist. So, money. Number 1, economic gain. Then, letter A, or the first one for economic gain is the insurance fraud. Benefiting, no? Kay once nga makabenepisyo sila. Then, desire to dispose merchandise. Loss of market value being out of season, lack of raw materials, oversupply of merchandise can be a big reason for arson. Magkakos daw kuno og motibo sa pagsunog kung ang market daw kuno is nag-anam na og nagka-low ang rate. And then existing business transaction that the arsonist would like to avoid, such as impending liquidation, settlement of estate, need for cash, prospective business failure, and increased rentals. And then the last one is profit by the perpetrator. Profit by the perpetrator, other than the assured, like insurance agents wishing business with the assured business, competitors planning to drive others, persons seeking job as personal protection, salvagers, and contractors wishing to contact another building. So this is one of, for me, in my own perspective, this economic gain is one of the motives, no, nga hinungdan datong Yamaha incidents case. So, second motives of arsonists is the concealment of crime. So, in other words, para masunog tong evidence nga na-added to sa usa ka building or datong lugar. That's why ilahang tong gisunog. So, punitive measure. Committing arson to inflict injury to another due to hatred, jealousy, and revenge, no? Makakommit sila og arson, it's because na sila'y kasuko, nagselos, or na sila'y i-revenge, no? Number 4 is intimidation or economic disabling. So, arsonists as saboteurs, strikers, and racketeers to intimidate management or employer. Number 5 is the pyromania. Pyromania is having a uncontrollable impulse to burn anything without any motivation, no? Kanang murag gikalipay nila nga makakita sila nga naay nasunog. So this let us talk about then the types of pyromania. So the abnormal youth. So epileptics, imbeciles, and morons. These are youth nga kana bitang na ay dili sila buang, pero kana bitang ang ilang pangutok is late, Kumbaga, for example, ako, 20 years old or 21, tapos akong pangutok is napa sa mga 11 years old na siya. Tapos, ang letter B, hero type. A person set a building on fire and pretends to discover. He turn on the alarm or make some rescue works to appear as hero. For example, katong gi-discuss ni Sir Dakilang kanang ibali siya nagsunog dito nga lugar, tapos nakakita siya bata, so iyang gisulod, and then later on iyang pong gi-rescue tong bata to pretend as siya ang hero, no? Siya ay nakapa-save datong bata. And then drug addicts and alcoholics, yung mga drug addicts kani, no? Nang ibali lutang na kay sila sa ilang kinabuhi, tas ay lutang na kay sila sa ilang pangutok, tas wala nila na ibali nga kanang naka-cause na sila og fire. And then sexual deviates and perverts, nang mga tao nga kanang ganahan sila makipag sexual deviates kung makakita sila kalayo. So we are now at the third arson investigation. This is the prime suspects and the prime facie evidence. So it involves investigation. Ano involves in identification rather? It is because nakahatay siya og mga traces. And then nakahatay siya og mga traces, which means to help and then para pod mapangitaan kung kinsa ang nakakomit og arson. So the following technique may serve the investigation. So number 1, search the fire scene for physical evidence. So unsa man sila? Letter A, protection of the scene. In order to search the physical evidence, we must protect the scene, no? Kung unsa atong nakita dito nga scene, dili to siya pwede hilabtan. Mechanics of search. Letter C, collection and preservation of evidences. Ato kung makakita tayong evidences ditong pag search nato dito sa fire scene, we must collect and then i-preserve, no, tarungon ang evidences. D, laboratory aids. Atong i-examine ang mga na-collect and then na-preserve nato nga mga evidences. So number 2, for technique that may serve the investigation is the background study. We must study the policyholders, occupants of premises, owner of building, or other person having major interest in the fire. So number 3, it is the interviews and interrogations of persons who discovered the fire and the one who turned the first alarm, firemen and the eyewitnesses. Ato ko nung i-interview kung kinsay una discover, kinsay una nakakita sa fire or sa building na nasunog, and then ato i-examine or pangutanon tong tao nga una pindot sa alarm and then sa mga nakakita, no? And then number 4 is surveillance. Para pod may balaan ang mga evidences, so mag-conduct og surveillance, no? Number 4, the telltale signs of arson. This is the last basic lines of injury in arson investigation. So let us discuss. So these signs may be obvious that the first fireman at the scene will suspect arson, or they may be so well concealed the methods of patient investigation to show that it is set off will be required. So first is the burned building. The type of building may indicate a set fire under certain circumstances. A fire of considerable size at the time the first apparatus arrived at the scene is suspicious if it is a modern concrete or semi-concrete building. So, burned building, nasunog na building. Then, the second one is the separate fires. When two or more separate fire breaks out within a building, the fire is certainly suspicious. If na daw kuno'y na sa isa ka building tapos na naka-separate, certainly kuno nga suspicious to which means na ay tao nga kanang nangusog nga sunugon to siya nga kuan building. So color of smoke. So some fire burn with little or no smoke, but there are exception. So color of smoke dili ibot pasabot nga kanang mag-settle ta sa color, which means hala na nasunog kuan siguro na kanang like kasagara mo di ba naibala na to sunog is through electrical. So kita mga tao so nga ay naa siguro hindi po to mong kuan kanang naisunog. So sa mga arson investigator, they know how to observe color of smoke. So let us identify or determine the meaning of color of smoke and fire. So black smoke with deep red flame are the mga petroleum, no, mga gasol, tar, rubber, plastics, etc. Heavy brown with bright red flame are the nitrogen products. And then the white smoke with bright flame are the magnesium products. And then the black smoke with red and blue-green flame are the asphalt. And then for the purple-violet flame are the potassium products. And the greenish-yellow flame are the chloride or manganese products. And then the last one is bright reddish-yellow flame are the calcium products. Color of flame. So the color of the flame is a good indication of the intensity of the fire, an important factor in determining incendiarism. So color of flame, no, diha nila ma-indicate sa mga arson investigator kung unsa ka kausgon ang fire, unsa ka paspason. And then the amount of heat, a reddish glow indicates heat of 5,000 degrees centigrade. A real bright red about 100 degrees centigrade. Red flames indicate of petroleum. Blue flame indicates use of alcohol as accelerant. Okay, no? Kanang mga alcohol, no? Pwede gyapon na maka-cause gyapon nag-fire. Ay maka-produce gyapon na siya fire. Red flames indicate of petroleum. Then, the smoke marks. An experienced investigation will determine the volume of smoke involved at a fire and the character as residue deposited on walls or elsewhere. Smoke and marks have often been of assistance in determining the possibility of a fire having more than one place of origin. So, smoke marks. Sa mga firefighters, mailhan nila kung dito nag-start ang sunog. This is what we call smoke marks. Kung nag-investigate na sila sa usa ka building, tapos nakita nila nga kung asa to nga dingding ang pinaka itong ang kanang blunt, motong dito nag-start ang sunog. Then the 11th one is the size of fire. This is important when correlated with the type of alarm, the time received, and the time of arrival of the first fire apparatus. Fires make what might be termed a normal progress. Such progress can be estimated after an examination of the material burned, the building, and the normal ventilation offered of the fire. The time element and the degree of headway by the flames become important factors to determine possible incendiaries. Size of fire, kung unsa ka kadakon sa kalayo nga nidilaab sa usa ka building. So diha nila ma-estimate or ma-examine ang mga materials nga na burn dadto nga building. So the 12th one is the direction of travel. While it is admitted that no two fires burn in identical fashion, yet it can be shown that fire makes normal progress because through various types of building materials, combustibility of contents, channel of ventilation, and circumstances surrounding the sounding of alarm. An experienced investigator can determine whether a fire spread abnormally fast. So, direction of travel kung ang usa ka kalayo ma-determine nila sa mga arsonist kung asa nagsugod ang kalayo ug asa dapit ni gawas ang kalayo. Kung sa pagsugod sa kalayo, dito nila may balaan kung naabay direction o sa katong pag-travel sa kalayo is nabay impact, no? And then the intensity, the degree of heat given off by a fire, and the color of its flame oftentimes indicate that some accelerant has been added to the material normally present in a building, and the investigator must look for further evidence pointing to use of such accelerant. Difficulty in extinguishing the fire is often a lead to suspect presence of such fluid as gasoline and kerosene. So usually daw ay ang kaning intensity is ang kakusgon sa kalayo. Usually daw ang ingani nga panghitabo is cause sa mga gasolina and then kerosene sa for example sa gasolina sa mga motor, and then sa kerosene I think kaning mga gasol sila. And then the intensity talks about sa kakusgon sa kalayo. And then the odor of gasoline, alcohol, kerosene, and other inflammable liquids which are often used as accelerant in characterization. Oftentimes arsonists are trapped because of this telltale sign. Most of fire setters are inclined to use substance which will make the blaze certain and at the same time burn up any evidence of their crime. So ang odor sa mga the telltale signs of arson, usa sa ilang timailhan is ang odor, no? Kay mabaho nila ang gasolina, alcohol, kerosene, and inflammable liquids, no? Nga usa sa hinungdan sa pagkasunog sa usa ka building. And then the last one is the condition of content. Persons tending to set their house on fire frequently remove objects of value, either materially or sentimentally. Store and other business establishments oftentimes remove a major portion of their content or replace valuable merchandise with that of style articles. No? Condition of content which means it doesn't matter kung unsa ka bililon ang butangan naa sa sulod as long as kana bitang gitagaan kag kondisyon nga sunugon to siya. And then besides na ay mga kapalit nga imuhang madawat. And so that would be all. Thank you.